Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Got a unexpected video for you today. Check gauges. Bingo. Our volt gauge is down. Looks like our alternator shit to bed because I still got power steering and everything else is working. So I know I didn't break a belt. So I'm just trying to make it to the shop now, which I'm not too far. I stopped and got me and Dad some smoothies for breakfast. And I was sitting in traffic and just happened to hear the ding as the check gauges light came on. So let's go put an alternator. Well, let's go test it first and make sure it's an alternator. If this freaking red light ever changes, I've been here for like 3 minutes now. Come on. All right, so we're here. I figure I'll open it up with you. And we still got an alternator under the truck, so that, or under the hood, so that's good. And our battery is last year, so got ground wires coming loose. Dodge is pretty funky on their ground straps, and I've got one right here that's came undone. Now for the alternator itself, so you got to look on these because there's a couple different ones for these Chryslers, or these Dodges I should say, and you got like an internally regulated and an externally regulated, and depending on what year second gen you've got is going to tell you which one it is because they're different. Now it's not different for like 5.2 to 5.9. That stuff's the same. Your amperage could change, but the rest of it's the same. You gotta look and see how it connects up. On my white Dodge, it being an older one, you actually have to. There are 3 studs on the back of the alternator that hold the wiring harness on. This one looks like it does not utilize the studs. This one looks pretty straightforward. Looks like you just have one pigtail and then of course the main harness, which has a tear in it. And this alternator says Reman of 04 on it right there. So 2004 it had an alternator put on it. And here we are in 2023, possibly about to put a third one on. Alright, let's check it out. So I tried to turn it over, battery's dead. We're gonna throw a charger on it. Somebody likes to tangle up the charger. Get this IV drip set up on it. Parked right on the cable. But we got her. So now we're gonna let it charge up enough that I can start the truck back up. Then we'll figure out the alternator. Now Dodges are pretty straightforward, but we're gonna go ahead and pull that cover off and check our fuses. Now one thing I am going to say is this is how you know a Dodge is superior to a Ford. You flip the fuse cover over and look at this beautiful diagram with labels. It tells you exactly what every relay is, what it does, your junctions. You've got fuel system relays, tells you where your spares are. And you can even refer to your owner's manual for more detailed information. Ford, you take the cover off, there ain't nothing on this side. You flip it over, and there ain't nothing on this side, just a bunch of damn fuses. They don't want you to be able to turn that thing over and work on it. And that's why Ford is found on the road dead. Because when it breaks, you don't know how to fix it on the side of the road. Now, I just heard a whole bunch of people argue in 300 inline 6. My motor ain't never wore out. We hauled everything with it. Put 400,000 miles on that 300 inline six. All it never used a drop of oil. We just rebuilt it 6 times. And then you got the Chevy 350 guys. Well, they're in a whole different ballpark. But anyway, 140 ampere. This is big boy right here. Looking at it like this, it looks okay. But we'll check our voltage through it. This is your hot coming from your battery right here. And this is your alternator line. It runs down through that sheathing and all the way out and across to the alternator. So if that's no bueno, which I doubt because it looks fine, then of course you won't have power. But we'll check it. Alright, so as promised, got our test light hooked up. Got power on the battery inside. Got power on the alternator side. So that lets us know that little fuse right there is good. And we should have power all the way over here on the alternator, which we do. So we know that's good. Yeah. Alright. Mama walking home and grab my hand. Oh, there's what's happened. Somebody along the road has changed his bolt out to something standard, it looks like. Drop it. Another bolt. Put some Freol on them before we started playing with it, just to give us a little bit of fighting chance. I even shot a little bit down in the tensioner just to help us out a little bit. You never know. Now, maybe we can wiggle this thing around. I know you can't really see what I'm talking about because the hose is right in the way. But that little pin right there was stuck inside that housing. Luckily, caught it with a pair of the old Visi grips, or also known as temporary permanent battery terminals. Now we can get in there to maybe a 10 millimeter that holds the hot wire to the alternator. Now let's reiterate with me saying that, you know, this is my own personal vehicle. This is not how you would want to do this in the real world, but we're charging our battery that's dead. I don't feel like unhooking everything at the moment. So we're using a rubber ratchet so that it won't catch anything if I were to pop it off of an AC line, you know, because that's live hot right there. Being my own personal truck, I'll take the risk. If this was a customer vehicle, this is not how we would approach the situation. Wow. There we go. And here is our, let's see, if this thing was replaced, remanufactured in 2004. This alternator's probably been on the truck for the last 2004, 5 years old. We'll give it 40 to 50,000 miles. So for about the last 190, maybe 200,000 miles, this alternator's been doing this job. And the bearings and stuff are still fine in it. It's just the gut center gone. So let's go trade it out on a new one. Alrighty, boys and girls of the internet, so check this out. boiler. And it cost me $0.00 because the alternator that was on this truck was a lifetime warranty through the O parts store. So they were able to warranty that guy out for the, whoa, hold on camera, don't get sick, for the cost of $0 hairs. So now we can put our free 99 alternator back on the old dirty Dodge. And send this guy down the road. Take off our little wristband looking thing. It even comes with a new nut inside there for us, so. If you get up every morning to your alarm clock going and take the 815 into the city. I've lost my 10mm, probably fell down in the fender well, and I won't find another one today. Cause I'm losing my shit everywhere, losing my shit, and I don't care. Found it. Alright, so let's get this one off. Use our rubber ratchet. Man, that thing is tight. Normally they don't put them that tight on there. Our battery's been on a nuclear charge up there, so she should be ready to rock and roll. Put our hot wire back on there. I think I'm going to wrap that started. Come on, Jay. There we go. Rubber ratchet. Snug her down, and let's wrap it in some tape. They've got a pretty good selection with all different ends and fittings and all that, or style connectors and stuff on there. So if you're ever looking for wires, if you're going to add a battery or something like that, always check the Amazon. I'm going to take a spritz of the fluid film. Alright. And spray it down there where all that stuff meets, and that's just going to help it in the future. If someone ever has to go in this again, it'll probably be me. Plinko. But it's just going to help us get all that back apart. Trackle connector up in there. Make sure it snaps in all the way. Now we can throw our serpentine belt. Back up on there, and just like that we should be charging. So make sure everything looks good. Make sure you didn't slip off any other pulleys. Sometime in the next week or two, we're gonna have to go put a power steering pump on this girl because she's leaking. But One disaster at a time for the old dirty Dodge. Let's get our key out. Yeah. There's some battery voltage. That looks better already. Look at that, all the way up to 14. Now, you know, that's kind of a dummy gauge, but it does let you know you're at least charging. Get us a load on it, turn the fan on, turn all of our lights on, turn our accessory lights on. Oh yeah. Bingo. I might even put some washer fluid in it to get that dang washer fluid light off. That thing dings at me all the way down the road. All right, there you go. There's putting an alternator on the dirty Dodge Ram. Now I can put all these covers back on. Well, like I said, next week or so, if I get time, we'll address this leaking power steering pump. I've already changed my high pressure line that was leaking. Now the pump itself is leaking. It's just rusted across the bottom and seeping out. So, but once again, one disaster at a time. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm going to pick up all my tools before they become flying hazards. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. I got to go work on a BMW now. All right, guys. Dirty Dodge.